welcome. Onegaishimasu.
Onegaishimasu.
Okay, we're just going to start really with a with a loosening routine and then a stretching routine, and then look at some strengthening exercises. So really looking at some of the key areas in terms of ATEMI work. But first we'll just start by loosening the body up. So most of you have seen these before. We'll just start with really a full body loosening exercise. The first one is a vertical, and you're just going to come up through the ground this way. So keeping everything loose and really working on a vertical line through the body. So raising up through the toes and sinking down into the heels. Just let everything relax down into the ground, especially the knees and the ankles. Allow them to really soften as you reach into the ground. And just keep the arms super loose, so nothing happening in the arms. Just really explore this kind of direction. You can really come out of the ground also with a kind of jumping, leaving the ground. And you can also do this by maintaining the contact in the ground and just kind of vibrating through the body. So just really explore this vertical direction with a sense of loosening the whole joint system. Good. And then the next direction here is front and back. So you're basically going to roll the body forward and then press the body back. This way and then this way. This is kind of front and back direction. Just allow the body to kind of wave through this movement. Again, really softening through the knees. Softening through the ankles and the toes. And just keeping the arms very loose and relaxed. Good. Really, in this case, also exploring the toes and the heels. So really explore the weight as it shifts back into the toes and the weight here going into the heel. You can also take this kind of too far and just explore the sense of balance coming out of the body. But this exercise mostly for just loosening the joints. Good. Good, good, good. Very nice. Okay, then the next direction is a lateral, horizontal direction. So you're just going to sway the body left and right. In this case, really, again, work on the feet softening and the knees softening. And in this case, you're really working in the edges and the blades of the feet. So just swaying the body left and right. Maybe in a kind of lateral movement. Right. And allow the body to kind of wave through the whole side of the body. So this lateral line runs through the edge of the foot, all the way up this side of the body and into the rib cage and then into the arm. Really wave through the whole system. And with the footwork, you can also explore coming in and out of the feet. Right. That's it. Good. Good. And then the next direction is the one we're super used to, which is coming from the hip, is a rotation movement. And just keep the arms very relaxed and soften into the knees as you move. So just play with a rotation, mainly in the hips. And just allow the arms to be soft and follow the body. That's it. Good. That's it. Great. Very nice. Good, good. Okay, good. And then the final direction really kind of is in the pelvis. We're going to explore this area a bit more later, but just for now, I want you to really wave through this position here. So you're going to kind of close the body in this position, then open the body out. And this movement's really coming from the pelvis, opening and closing this way. This way. So really allow this movement to originate in the pelvis, again, softening the knees and then opening out. This is a kind of internal, external, or closing and opening the body. Just look for really waves that run through the body. It's really one continuous motion. This way. That's it. Good, good, good. Great. That's it. Very nice. Ah, great. Good. Okay, great. So we're just going to work through the joints individually now. So just starting with the foot, with the feet, just place your weight into one foot, and then with the other foot, just really look for spirals through the ground this way. So mainly with the ball of the foot, and just play with really rolling through the joint. What you're really trying to do in this case is really mobilize the ankle joint. So press most of the weight into the other foot, which just allows you to really roll through the joint this way, and really try and mobilize the whole thing. So really feel that the foot's not one kind of piece, but lots of pieces all working together. So the toes, the arch, the foot, and the heel. And just really play with rotating it. And then just pick it up off the ground and just roll the ankle this way. So just one way, and then the other way. Good. And then just the same the other side, press weight into one foot, into the ball of the foot, and then just roll all the way into the joint. Try and mobilize the ankle. Good. And then the other side, the other direction. Good. And then just picking it up off the ground, and just rolling with circles this way. Good. Okay, then to the knees, sit the weight into the ground, feet together, and then you're just going to roll with circles into the ground. And in this case, really use the mobility in the ankles. As much as you can, try and keep the feet in the ground. Use the mobility in the ankles and really open the knees. So just one way, a few rotations, and then change direction. Good. And now from here, what you're going to do is bring the knees forward and then roll them out as you come down. Roll them out and then come back into here. So you come forward with the knees, roll them out and then come back. Roll them out, come back. Roll. Good. And then do the same thing from the back, spin out to the sides and then roll them in together. Really trying to mobilize the knees and the ankles through the movement. Good. Okay, we go to the hips, just circles with the hips. And again, keep the mobility that you've got now in the ankle and the knees. Don't kind of lock the joint this way, really roll through the joints. Working mainly the hips, but keeping a good solid connection to the ground. Just a few one way and then change direction. That's it. Good. To the shoulders, you're just going to roll them forward this way. This way. And try and keep this movement really in the shoulder joint. So not really in the arms, not really a movement of the arms, but a movement of the shoulders. Yeah, this way. And try and create a real full range of movement. You're looking for a real kind of suppleness in the shoulder. A lot of the work we'll do today is in striking with the hands. In this case, really trying to mobilize and make the shoulders flexible and supple. So just rolling forwards and then rolling back. Allow the whole body to adjust as you do it. This way. Yeah, and then you're just going to roll one forward and then the other. So you kind of alternating the shoulder joints. This way. Just moving forwards. That. And then rolling backwards with the same movement. Good. Okay, we just go to the head. So just stretching the neck up, looking up to the sky. You can also open the jaw up, open the mouth. And then coming down, just pressing into the chin into the chest. And again, looking up, And down to the chest. Good. And then just left and right. Just looking over the shoulder. Come to a neutral position and then just look over the shoulder. Just a few times. Good. And then you're going to go sideways, basically take the ear to the shoulder this way. You should feel the stretch right up here. And then the other side. Good. And then as you go to the other side, just place the hand on the head and just gently with weight, press down a little bit further, a little bit more pressure. And then release it. And then just go to the other side. Good. Good. And then just take behind the head and you're going to press forward. And at the same time, you're going to press back with the head. So push forward with the hands quite strongly. And really have the sense of pushing back with the head. You should also feel the kind of muscles in the back, in the shoulder blades start to kind of activate. This way. And then do the same thing. You're going to have the hands like this. You're going to press forward with the hands and you're going to push forward with the head. And again, try and really activate the lower back and the shoulder blades through the movement. This way. And then just release it. Good. And then just for the front, just circle here. You're basically watching the feet and just increase the range of motion just in the front. This way. And then go to the back and just roll over the back with as much flexibility as you can. Just a few. Good. Okay, we just go to the shoulders. So back to the shoulders, you're going to have the arms out. What I want you to do is really isolate the shoulder joint. So don't rotate the hands in this case. Just rotate from the shoulder joint this way. So what you're going to do in this case is like this, really closing the shoulder up and then opening the shoulder out. And this way and this way. And really feel that you originate the movement in the shoulder blades. So it's just really the shoulders that are moving in this case. The rest of the arm just follows. So really roll it in, roll it out. This way, good. And then do the same thing, but go to the elbows. So you can rotate the elbows now like this way. Keeping the shoulder basically in its structure. And now just roll in the forearm and the elbow this way. And you can do this really like this, kind of alternating, doing them together. Or you can kind of curl them this way. So front and back. So just start to mobilize the elbow. That's it. Good. And then just for the hands, what you're going to do is like this position here. So it's like the forearms stick together this way. And I basically curl them out this way. So this is like this. Come close to the body and then press the forearms together. The elbows are tight to the body. And then press them out this way. And then it's like splitting out. Contact. Forearms. Press them out. And then roll them out. So this is really just to activate the whole joint system this way. That's it. So keep the forearms in contact. The elbows are close to the body and then roll them out. Roll them out. Good. Okay, we'll do one thing for the fist. Just for, in this case, you're going to make a fist with one side and the other hand you're going to press. So you're going to make a grip and press into it. So at the same time, you're going to press with the hand. Here, you're going to find the fist this way. So you're going to make a fist and press, make a fist and press. And what I want you to do is just work down the arm this way. So just coordinating the grip and the press with making the fist this way, and really pressing. You can also kind of press and rotate. So you're doing like this and this, this and this. And just work all the way down. Creating a strong connection in the fist, but also releasing tension in the arm. Work all the way down, one way, and then change sides. So again, just making a fist, finding a grip, pretty strong with the grip in the arm. This is really to get into the musculature, especially this kind of area here. You really want to get into this joint here, underneath, and this kind of area of the forearm. So tighten. this way. You can go into the biceps, triceps, all the way up and down the arm. Good. Okay, good. So we're going to go into some exercise on the ground. The first one we're actually going to start with is a squat. So what I want you to do in this case is have the shoulders, feet shoulder width apart, the feet shoulder width apart, slightly outturned with the feet, so not kind of parallel straight forward, just slightly outturned. And you're going to just squat down into this position here, and basically come down as far as you can. Basically, what I'm looking for is, in this case, put the armpits into the knees this way. And you're going to just rise up this way like this. So we're just going to do these together. We'll do together. So in this case, just allow the body to drain down and come into a kind of full squat as you can. Down, and then back up. And pressing back up. This, and here. Good. In this case, the key to this is that I keep the structure of the hip to the knee to the toe. This forms one line. What I don't want to do in this case is press the knees out here. And the other thing, what I really want to do is that my mass, my center weight goes into the base here, this way, and not forward of the base here, this way, and definitely not back of the base. So just have the feeling of creating the base, hips, knees, toes, this way. And basically the body just falls into this base. So it's really kind of a comfortable position. If you can get all the way down to here, this is a very kind of natural position. So it's really about activating the legs, the lower body, and then coming back up. Just do a few more. That's it, great. It's really a natural sitting position. Good, yeah, great. Very nice. Okay, great. Good. Okay, we're going to go to variation on the plank. So what you're going to do is be in this position, like really a classic press-up position. And what you're going to do is place one hand down into the ground this way, and then place the other one down this way. You basically bring the forearms into the ground. And then what you do is reverse it. One hand up, one hand down this way. Yeah, so you place one hand down, the other, 1, 2. And you basically do this in a flexible way. So in this way, roll into the ground, and this way, like this. Okay, we're going to do this to a count of 50. So we're going to start here, like this, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, and then back up. And then just stay in the position, hold it, and just release the hips. Yeah, this way. Good. And then with the toes, I'm just going to make this movement. So here, you're going to basically raise the heel, press them down, and this way. Okay, good. Just relax a little bit here. Down. Okay, you're going to be in the same position like this. What you do is basically kick through the legs now. So what you do is like this, kick through the back leg, this way, and then come back. So you take one leg, and you basically roll it this way. So I come into one arm now, this way, and reach the leg out. Kick the leg out. So both hands, release, kick the leg out with a rotation. Yeah, we're gonna do 20 of these. So like this, you go 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. Good. And just take a rest a little bit. Good. Okay, great. Good. The next one, we'd go all the way to the ground. Like this. And in this case, this is just a really basic sit-up. So you're gonna be in this position, and you're just gonna bring the body down all the way. Yeah, keep the arms relaxed. And what I want you to do is just return to the position. Yeah, and sit up this way. So in this case, this is really like a sit-up and not like a crunch. So you can do a kind of crunch like this way, but you're basically crunching the front of the body. But what I want to do in this case is really activate the back of the body, the backs of the legs, and this whole area. And what I want to do when I go down is really, the core is going to support me, but it's not going to crunch and draw me up with contraction. But I'm going to draw myself back to the ground with a sense of really connecting the back of the body into the movement. So have the feeling of really being drawn up from the back and come up. And just do this one in your own time. So take it slow and just go into the ground this way. It's really a sit-up position, as if you're kind of in bed and you just raise up this way. It's a bit like Frankenstein. No, Dracula. It's like Dracula. You come up this way. And just do a few to the ground all the way. And then raising up with the body. Okay, give it a try. Let's see. Good. Aha. Good. Yeah, great. Ah, good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, and just notice this very first moment. This is the moment when you can kind of contract into it. So this starts to happen, and then I do this. But really try and get a sense of elongation through the back of the neck. This runs all the way through. So the first moment, notice the difference between this kind of movement and where the pelvis comes and the head's an extension of this. So the movement's really being activated from the whole pelvis. Yeah. So it's this kind of tilt through the pelvis and not a contraction through the core this way, but a sense really of extension through the whole back line, and then a sense of rolling up through the pelvis this way. Yeah, give it a try, just a few more. See if you can really do this with as minimal tension as you can. Really try not to crunch the body up and contract. Yeah, that's it. Great. Super. Good. Very nice. Good. Okay, good. Last one from here. You're basically going to do the same thing, but you're going to raise the legs over the back. So lift the legs up as far as you can go, and then all the way around if you can. Yeah. And then in this case, really feel that the vertebra makes connection, contact with the ground, kind of vertebra by vertebra. This way, release it, connect, and then again the movements from the pelvis here all the way down, and just release at the ground. And again, try not to do this with a sense of contraction, but a sense of elongation, lengthening up through the pelvis, reaching up and rolling over with the spine. And then just uncurl the movement, vertebra by vertebra, into the ground. Release, keep the legs, And slowly lower into the ground. And relax. Yeah, give it a try. Just do a few like this. A nice basic leg raise. Good. That's it. Great. Very good. Okay, great. Very good. Just slowly come back. Good. Good, good, good. We're just going to loosen the whole body off now. So again, like this. Just want to start with the hands. So just shaking the hands at the top. Right, and really shake them out. And then circling them at the bottom. So now involving the whole arm, circling. And then go to the whole body. Vibrating everything. Go to the legs. Shake them out. Good. Shake them out. Good. Oh, okay, good. So take a joke. We're going to go to some weapon work. So. Yeah. Good, good. Okay, so the key to the ATEMI work, as far as I'm concerned, is that we're not doing something separate. So you're not learning a separate skill, and we're not going outside of the world of Aikido to learn a new skill and then transfer it back into the Aikido. And this is kind of one of the problems we've got, is that we're trying to then adapt another system into our own. And a lot of the time this is in conflict with the principles that we're trying to work with. So what I want to focus on now with the Jo is really the dynamic that we work with, which is sourcing the power in the ground, directing it with the center, and then expressing it into the hands. And in Aikido, this really goes into our work with kokyu and spirals. Okay, so we want to basically access that dynamic and transfer it into working with striking, and then later into work with ATEMI, where you're starting to distort the person's structure. So that structure is best trained for us with the weapons, because we already train it here, and we already train the dynamic of delivering power into a kind of impact point. So we're going to just look really at a basic movement with the Jo. And what I want to do is really focus on this organization structure, or this kind of dynamic, really, working from the ground into the center and then out through the hands. So just with a very basic ski, I want you to really ground the body here, press out from the ground and go into the thrust this way. So just a very basic ski from here, this way. From here, this way. Really focusing on the feeling of a transference of weight from the ground, press into the hips and then out through the hand. And in this case, also out into the Jo. So just a few like this, really basic thrusting. Take it slow and try and kind of do this with no power, just a sense of coordination through the body. Okay, good. Good, good, good. There we go. Great. Good, good, good. Okay. And also the one part of this dynamic that's really very useful later in terms of striking work is the feeling of delivering weight through the weapon and not throwing my balance out. So one of the key things we'll work on today is this ability to really ground the movement and project out. So in terms of grounding, you need to really maximize the grounding through the strike. So in terms of delivering weight, I need to do it with the ground. If I don't do it with the ground, it looks like this, which is basically throwing my weight into the weapon. But I basically want to transfer my weight from the ground through the weapon. Okay, and then this will really give you a sense of balance through the body. And later, a sense of weight being transferred. So I basically want to press the weight of the ground through my body this way and out through the hands. But if I do it by throwing my weight forward, I lose that sense of weight being transferred. So in this case, really take this slow and really feel now the end movement, ground the movement and really ground the movement here. So it's being expressed through the hands, but I'm not throwing the structure out with it. Really ground the movement and ground the movement all the way. So all the way, pressing weight into the ground this way. Yeah, give it a try. So basically don't throw the weight with the jaw. Retain the weight in the structure. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Nice. Great. Great, there we go, great. Nice. Okay, good. So we're going to work with a few movements with the jaw. Basically working now with the variety of strikes. You're going to come here, roll into a jaw down position here with the hands, and then roll forward here with a strike. So in this case, you're going to thrust, roll up with the hands above the head, and then curl out, pressing forward with the hip with a strike. This way. So you've got a thrusting move here, roll back with the body, and then really press the weight of the body through the strike this way. Yeah, just give that a try. So basically a ski, Jodan Gaishi, like a number 5 suburi. So pressing forward, rolling back, and then unlock the movement with the hips here. Yeah, give it a try. Good. That's it. Okay, great. One key dynamic this really teaches also is the feeling that when I'm in movement with the jaw, that I'm very soft with the hand. And that it's really only in the impact point that the focus comes in with the hand. So really focus in this case. It also happens here with the thrust. So the hands are very soft and then snap in to the weapon this way. And then the hands, as long as the jaw's in movement, the hands are basically very loose and free on the jaw. This dynamic here, as you find this movement, this hand's very soft this way. So it comes through, and then at the moment of the impact, boom, then the grip comes in. So also train now, focus on this dynamic of softness in the hands until the impact. And then you're really coming in with the strike strongly, with the grip. So you really focus the grip. But as long as the jaw's in movement, it's very soft with the hand whip. This way. Yeah, give it a try. And then later this dynamic we'll use with the striking. Just basically as long as I'm in movement, not making impact, there's no real tension in the arm. Good. Ah, okay, good, 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 good. Oh. Very good. Yeah, exactly. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Okay, and then in this case also, this move, what I want you to do now is really roll it together. So you're going to really now focus on the hip work. So the hand, trust that the hands are kind of in place. You're going to press through with the hips, roll back, and then press through with the hips this way. So you're actually, in this case, practicing a dynamic of the hip, where you're going to press in, roll back, and then press in forward this way. So in terms of hip work, what I want you to do is really mobilize the hip. this way, this way. So that you should feel very free with the hips. So in this case, just bring the movement together here and coming forward. Now in this case, I don't want to allow the hands to take the movement over. This is where all the balance gets thrown out again. So do this slowly with no real sense of power, just a sense of weight being constantly pushed through. Press out through the tip of the jaw. This way. Yeah, give it a try. So take this real slow, but just start to make it a little bit more flexible, especially in the hip area. That's it. Yeah, good. Very good, good, good. Very nice. Okay. And one of the key things that the weapons work teaches is compression patterns in the feet. So do the same thing, but just now focus on basically where I'm pressing from in the ground. So if I kind of, if I get these wrong or my feelings of pushing out of the ground, out of the structure, then this is where you any sense of weight. So what you want to do, really compress the structure of the body into the ground this way. When you're moving back, compress the weight down. When you're moving forward, compress the weight here into the front foot. So all the time my structure is being supported and basically compressing down into the ground. And then that means that I've got a alignment with the ground, and I can basically press the weight through it. Okay, if I leave the ground through these movements, I lose any sense of weight of the body. And then I go into kind of falling pattern. So what I want to really focus on in this case is compressing weight through the ground and expressing it out this way. So especially in this step, I need to really compress my structure into this foot and deliver the weight this way. Yeah, give it a try. So just work on the compression in the feet. Good. Good, that's enough. That's it. Good. Okay, good. We'll just do a couple more minutes and then we'll take a break. But what I want you to do now is take the jaw out of it and practice the same kind of dynamic with the body. In this case, you're going to work with strikes with the hands, but I don't want you to focus on the strike itself. We're going to do this in the next kind of session. We'll focus on the actual strikes themselves. But what I want you to do is just focus on the dynamic with the body and expressing the hands out from it. So I want you to just don't worry about strikes. Don't worry about punching or anything like this with the hands. Just have the ability to throw the hand out with the hip. So just practice the same movement. You're basically going to press forward and then step back. So you've got a kind of shuffling movement forward, a pressure back, preparing, and then stepping forward into the front leg this way. Yeah, keep this slow and no real sense of making an impact, just kind of tossing the hand out this way. So very loose in the arms and really heavy in the body this way, this way. You can also practice this both sides, but because of the time, it's probably best keep the same side this way. So pressing out, pressing down. At the moment, really maintain all the structure, all the weight, all the feeling draining down between the base. Okay, give it a try. Okay, good. Good. Okay, so we'll really look at this in the next session, but what I want to really avoid in this case is throwing the structure out with the hand. This and this. And then basically the feet and the hips are lagging behind. So really prioritize the movement in the ground and the hips. This way, this way. And throw the arm out, but don't throw the structure out with the arm. This is really important. So really drain the body down. Structure down all the time. So really having the constant feeling of draining the body down. All the focus at this point is not in the fist and in making a strike. It's in the body and transferring weight through the ground this way. Yeah? So just really a little bit slower. Really focus on maintaining a good solid structure, basically a good alignment with the ground, with the weight, and try not to throw the structure out. Just a few more. That's And there's one thing I want you to avoid. Ooh, the last point. In this case, don't work from this position. So in this case, this is not boxing, and we're not going to do boxing today. We're not going to work in that kind of area. But I'm not in a guard position in this case. So I'm in this position. So really have no real posture, no real sense of posture, and then come from this position. Come from this position. As soon as I go into this kind of work, yeah, I'm working in another area. And this is not where we work in Aikido. We don't work with stance. We don't work with posturing in this way, especially a kind of frontal posture like this. So what I want you to do is really relax the arms, relax the posture, have a sense of openness, really like in the sense when you have the Jo suburi here. So in Jokamai, this kind of sense. So it's waiting, prepared, not switched off, but just kind of relaxed and ready. And then you just move into it. And you just move into it. So really have the strike like it comes from nowhere, and not that it comes from a position of defense. This is not the kind of the principles we work with. So don't try and avoid those. This way, this way. Yeah, just a few more like this. So really go from a position of no defense. Yeah, that's it. Good. Okay, good. That's it. Very nice. Good, good, good. Okay, great. Good, good, good. So we'll take a quick break before we start again. And in this case, this is really about training or harnessing the structure that we already train in the weapons. So in the case of the Jo work or any movement we do the weapons, it's always this structure. Source power from the ground, direct it with the center and express it through the hands. It's always this way. So we never really train anything other than this. So all the movements you do are based on this, aligning to this kind of principle of using the body. And all the ATEMI work we do will focus on this principle too. It will work on the same structure. So we won't go in any other area. So this is basically harnessing all the training you've done in the weapon work and just transferring the skill to another area that we don't necessarily train so much. So if you've got any questions, you can ask them now or save them for the break, but we'll take a bow out and then we'll come back at 10. Okay? Hi. Domo. Arigatou gozaimasu. Okay, good.